don't know. What's it called?
I don't know. This video?
If this view gets 1,000...
No,
I don't know what it's called. I don't do this shit.
It's called a video, guy.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. This is going to be the most boring video on the face of the earth.
Cirque du Soleil.
This is Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye any good?
We've already done this video. However,
you failed to answer my question.
No. Okay, it's awesome.
Yeah, there you go. This release, though, is from a very special place in Jack Daniel's distillery.
It's called
Coy Hill.
Coy Hill.
What's Coy Hill?
So Jack Daniel's has many barrel houses across many campuses.
It's quite a large production from what I've been told.
Yeah. So Jack Daniel's came out with a barrel proof rye from something called Tanny something other hill. I didn't pay attention.
Tanny Hill?
No, it's Tanny or some shit like that. I don't know, because I never saw it, so I don't really care.
Sure.
You know, I'm like, whatever. So they've got these different hills, and if you don't know, when you age bourbon or rye in, barrel houses, it plays a lot into if they're on a hill, if they're in a valley, are they close to a river? Are they not close to a river? Because all that stuff has to do with how the whiskey interacts with said whiskey barrel.
Mm-hmm. It affects the air, it affects the temperature, it affects
circulation, humidity, all that, right? So in the whiskey world, if you find something from Jack Daniel's that's aged at Coy Hill, that's a particular hill where they have a rickhouse, which we have the 140 proof bourbon. Your mom was at our good place Magnum's
in Arizona,
in Phoenix, Arizona, and they did a store pick of a barrel proof rye that was aged at the Coy Hill location.
Is Coy Hill generally considered to be the highest quality brickhouse, or at least the most complicated brickhouse that they have in the Jack Daniel's?
Yeah, for me, it's the best. They have, like I said, they came out with other ones, but I always go back to, what was the first, right?
And the first was
Coy Hill. Mm-hmm. So now they're coming out with stuff from different rickhouses, and they're like, oh, this is the next best thing.
Sure.
And you're like, okay.
That's not Coy Hill.
I get it, but it's not Coy Hill. And you kind of shit the bed when you put out Coy Hill, because now everybody knows Coy Hill. Now, how do you know Coy Hill? And I can't see, because I don't have my glasses, but you looked at this right before we went on.
Brickhouse 113, that's where this was aged.
So, I don't know what that means.
We
could ask ChatGPT.
Or we could ask a guy from Jack Daniel's.
Yeah.
If we could find one.
But
either way, that indicates that it was at Coy Hill.
It's from Coy Hill. So the point of this video was we've done other Jack Daniel's barrel proof ryes. Like, does this stand out? Or is it something that maybe you could just buy a barrel proof rye and
maybe this is
still be happy.
Maybe this is something more for the collectors, not so for the...
For sure. For the whiskey dorks.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if you look at the color...
It's as dark as can be.
It's so dark. Yeah. And we've talked about Tennessee whiskey before. They do the, the charcoal mellowing process.
Yes, otherwise known as the Lincoln
County process, which anything that comes out of Tennessee needs to be that way, right? But
otherwise, it can't be called Tennessee whiskey.
Right. It smells delightful.
It does.
Oh, brown sugar.
They get a little less rice spice. They get a little less rice spice than I usually do from Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye. Now, reasonably, it has been quite a while since I've had Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye.
Because I drank them all.
Yeah, you drank them all.
I drank them all.
You gave me one pour and you drank them all.
That's my problem.
That's why he doesn't keep any.
Yeah. I've got 3 empty bottles over there. So this one sits on the whiskey barrel. And that barrel, I don't touch stuff. Mm-hmm. Which is why we haven't opened this in 6 weeks.
Yeah, a month and a half. Oh, it smells delightful.
Yeah.
I'm going to sample it now.
Nothing crazy jumps out at me.
Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
Malty?
No, there's an effervescence in there that
I don't
just...
know about that.
No, it runs up my neck to my nose. Wow.
It does taste different than the usual.
Yeah. If you get, I mean, we should have done it, but I was too lazy to buy one. We should have done like a standard, Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye and try this.
No, this is good for initial
Bro,
impressions.
is that sarsaparilla? No, on the back. No.
Okay.
There's like a dark root beer note. Wow. But it kicks in way late. Like way late.
Because that note then would be black licorice. Because black licorice is usually in root beer.
Yeah, but I don't get that. That's where I get like the sarsaparilla root beer note. Wow. Now, I'm not the all-knowing master of tasting whiskey, but that's what I get. And it was so unique that I had to just spurt it out because I'm like, wow, that was something I've never gotten in any other Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye. You don't have to agree with me, by the way. I'm just saying that's what I got.
It reminds me of the notes that you would get like 4 grain. It's a little more earthy than I anticipated.
Yeah. There's a dark dirtiness in there, but that's where I get like an old school sarsaparilla kind of thing, where it's not really a root beer like you can imagine being in the 1800s.
Well, root beer is depending on which root beer you get.
No carbonation.
Yeah.
Right. But you get that. Dude,
it is different.
That's the wild. And now this is a store pick.
Sure.
So unless you were in Phoenix, Arizona,
like 2 months ago,
circa, March 2026, you're not going to find this. But that's the cool thing about these is that depending who's doing the picks, they can be just wildly different.
Yes, this was more out of intellectual curiosity to see if there was any noticeable difference between something that was aged at Coy Hill versus the same product not aged at Coy Hill, and it appears that
Boy, what a difference.
there was.
What a difference. We don't have a fresh bottle of, Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye, but holy dude, that's crazy. So we've talked about this before in other videos. It's like, you gotta know who's picking the barrels.
Of course.
Right? So he obviously went with something that was wildly different. And I'm like...
Something that had more grain influence to it, something that was...
it just wasn't so homogenized.
Yeah.
Right? Like you've said before, it's like it's homogenized. It's very normal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is not very normal.
No, it's quite off profile for Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye. On the palate, I don't even really get like spearmint or traditional rye spice.
No. Well, and you have to remember with Kentucky ryes and with Tennessee ryes,
of course,
they tend to be a bit sweeter because of all the corn that's in it.
Yes, indeed.
Right. But holy crap, whoever picked this, they went like 90 degrees different than what's normal. Because we just cracked this, and this is like I can't even wrap my mind around it. That's like wild.
I think your mind's in a pretzel.
Yeah. Now even on the nose, I get like a sassafras, like a dark.
Sassafras.
Like a dark root, like a flat root beer. Because to me, that's what sassafras is. It's like it's like a root beer that's like not so sweet. Like think old school, like 1800s, where they didn't have all the sugar.
Did you smell the root beer that I had the other day?
No, I didn't.
You should. I think you'll find it's quite similar to the notes that you're getting
Okay.
from this. Yeah,
but it's like a brown sugar root beer sassafras. Like
very natural, very natural herbs and roots in it.
Yeah, no, that's super awesome. I don't know why I just looked at my watch. Like, I do it at the gym too. I'm like, I got nowhere to be. I'm like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm like,
that's the obsessive compulsive.
That's the OCD, dude. Like, oh, I gotta get going. I'm like, no, I got nowhere to be. I'm gonna be work till 4. I'm like, what are you checking your watch for?
I think
this is really.
I'm gonna go to the Home Depot. I'm gonna go to the Bed Bath & Beyond, but I don't know if I have enough time.
It's an old school reference, by the way.
For those of you just tuning in. Yeah, I'm really rather impressed. I'm glad you won't be drinking all of this, because I look forward to revisiting this in a couple weeks after it's opened up, after it's aerated a bit, see how it changes, see how it evolves.
Yeah, but I get like you said, I said before, sassafras, like a flat root beer. Like it just went like a different direction, which is super cool. Like that's the fun thing about picks.
We should also add, neither of us have had a normal offering from Jack Daniels in like probably 20 years. Me.
Oh, normal Jack Daniels?
Yeah, or just any of the regular releases, like think Jack Daniels, Old Number 7, Gentleman Jack.
Oh no, we had it like 6 months ago.
Oh yeah,
we
did take a sample at the neighbor's house.
We went and took their dogs out. Remember?
If memory serves, Jack Daniels number 7. It tasted similar to Neutral Grain Spirit.
But it was terrible.
Yes, I recall. I was there.
It was fucking terrible.
Which is hysterical because Jack Daniel's single barrel offerings, the barrel proof offerings, even the bonded series is all excellent. It's all really remarkable. It's so funny that Jack Daniel's has that range because I imagine part of it's because Jack Daniel's has inherited that position just because of how popular Old Number 7, Gentleman Jack, all the flavored stuff is.
Well, think of Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
That's like an institution.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you want a whiskey and Coke? Like, no, I'll have a Jack and Coke. Like, it's so predominant that they had to change the name.
Right.
When you go to a bar, if you don't ask for Jack and Coke, it's whiskey and Coke.
Right.
Because they fucking nailed it. Like, they nailed it. And they did it for 200 years. You know, Jack Daniels was around forever with Uncle Nearest and all that stuff. And yeah, it's just, and then you go back as a whiskey dork these days, you go back to, just regular old Jack Daniels, which we had like 6 months ago at our friend's house.
So it was agonizing.
Taking their dogs out. I'm like, oh, this is fucking terrible.
Meanwhile, they're putting out stuff like this.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels hovers both the bottom end of the market and like the top end of the market.
But even the bottom end, if you take out Old Number 7 and Gentleman Jack.
Or all the flavored stuff in canned cocktails.
Take all that. Just go away.
Which is taking out most of their market share, but make your point.
Jack Daniels Bonded.
Yes, that's what I was saying. It's good.
Like all that stuff is so good and it's so different.
Jack Daniels has been really making a push the past decade or so to change their image, to change their perception.
Yeah.
Of course, they still sell Old Number 7, Gentleman Jack, all that other stuff because it's a huge market share, but. Lord, if they're not putting out interest in stuff like this, what a thing. What a range.
So I guess the point is, if you've ever had Jack Daniels number 7, and you're like, oh, that's all Jack Daniels is.
No, they're a rather interesting distillery.
You're missing out. There's some really good stuff out there. And this stuff sits on, not this bottle in particular.
But Jack Daniels single barrel proof always sits on the shelf.
It sits on the shelf.
It's kind of expensive, but it's not any more expensive than other barrel proof offerings.
Yeah. And let's call it the low 120s to the mid 130 proofs. Like, how do you go wrong for $70?